This particular story is taking us back to the ancient times. Let me just say ancient times. Let me just say ancient times. So what I have here is a lady who's complaining about her fiance. Why is she complaining? Because the fiance, the guy wants her to do all the cleaning and work in the house, even though they both work and pay bills 50-50. They've been together for like 10 years. Let me describe it. Couple, not married. They've been together 10 years. They're living together. But the man, they both are working. The guy wants this lady to do the cleaning, every other thing, all of the things the traditional maybe housewife will do. Do all those kind of things. And they both are working like I highlighted, and then they both are contributing to the bills on a 50-50 level. Let's jump into this one and see what you guys think. My fiance has been watching a lot of videos online. Maybe he has been watching some Andrew Tate. Anyway, let's jump in. And it has changed him a lot lately on his views of women and such. Sometimes we undermine, like, the mind is one of the most, it is the seat which forms the principles you have, the character you choose to develop, the virtues you choose to adopt into your life. Mind all flows from your mind, from the beliefs which you choose to accept and you choose to dwell upon. Now, if that understanding is hard, as much as possible, you could watch what you are now. Sit and dwell in your mind. Remember the things which are eventually going to form your life decisions and the way you are. Now, if you spend a lot of time watching, oh, the woman is this is what the woman is to you, oh, she has to do this, then it's just been normal. Once you might have some resistance to it at the beginning, but the more you watch it, the more you're indoctrinated by that thought pattern, and eventually the more you start adopting it into your life. You understand? But eventually, if you stay away from that kind of content, then eventually and choose the kind of content we should watch as much as possible, maybe the productive ones, which is as well again subjective, then you eventually get to work behavioral patterns based on that. So that makes sense. But anyway, let's continue jumping. Let's see what we have here. We are both in our 30s. We have a 4-year-old daughter and 4 months pregnant with our second daughter. Okay. He has said all the women at work and clean after work. He works 8 to 5 and I work 10 to 6:30 p.m. from home with a regular hourly paid job for a large health insurance company. I take calls all day. Watch our 4-year-old all day as well. Now, it might sound cool because you're hearing the work from home perspective of this, but these jobs, which is basically like a help desk kind of a situation where eventually you might be the front line having conversations with customers all day. It's a tiring thing to do. And also, it's not just tiring, it's also psychologically and mentally exhausting because you have some clients, customers who will call you and are so rude and don't give a damn about how you choose to respond to it. So the fact that this lady is working from home does not mean she's doing anything less stressful. Anyway, let's continue, Joe. He says, while I'm working, I should be able to do so in addition to watching and teaching and interacting with our 4-year-old. I should be able to clean the house and he should be able to come home to dinner, even though when he gets back home, I'm usually still on the clock. He says men and women are not equals. Men have their roles outside mowing the lawn and women are supposed to and clean. I believe we both pay half the bills, even though he makes substantially more money. We both work full time. We both should contribute equally to housework or cooking. And as well, these are life skills, not gender roles. I've also tried to compromise and asked if I could lower my hours part-time to try to accommodate him, to which he said no, and we won't have enough money. From this particular statement, this is what I get here. This is an understanding woman who has taken whatever feedback she has been told and is wanting to implement and is even wanting to act on it. So she's literally wanting to work lower hours so she could be able to do these things with this man. This, number one, this, what's the word? This, I say unfair, because it's quite unfair based on the work pattern which she has already described she has. And anyway, but the fact that this guy refuses, just based on the fact that it's going to lower the income, Income coming to the home is very, very important. Very, very, very important. Why she wanted to lower it? She wanted to lower here just to accommodate for the kind of desires that you're having, for the kind of things you want her to do. And you're man, let's continue. Am I going crazy? Or should I just totally fine with this? I'm so tired of constant criticism that everything's not done or the house is messy with toys from our child because I am multitasking already. As it is, I'm usually super stressed, running around like a chicken with its head cut off, as well as feeling like crap this pregnancy, suffering with constant migraines and nausea, vomiting officially diagnosed with hyperemesis gravida, which is excessive nausea and vomiting during pregnancy. I love him, and I don't know if I can afford this house plus everything for a new baby on my own. But this is really starting to make me feel inadequate, not good enough. So I just need to know if I should be doing everything. No problem, and I'm just a lazy pregnant woman that needs to suck it up. Or am I justified in thinking that he needs to be chin in and splitting responsibilities around the house 50-50 with me as we do the bills? Now, I don't think I've read any questions, many of these stories where at the end of the day I just give my final opinion. I'm like, hell yeah, but this is a freaking hell yeah situation. Man, that's very, you have somebody who has no empathy. Like seriously, the information this guy has been taking in. That's why I'm highlighting. Watch what you're watching online. Be very careful the kind of information you're allowing enter your mind. Be very careful the kind of things which you're allowing to shape your personality and shape your values and your principles. Whatever this person has been watching in terms of dictating how his concept and his view of what a woman or a wife should be like, what is causing these issues he's having right now. Now, it's quite humane for you to think of this lady, a pregnant wife who is pregnant for your kid, with a 4-year-old daughter already in the house, working from home, doing all of these activities. And still, you come in and you think the only thing you should do is to mow the lawn. That's what the man should do, the hard stuff. So it means if the lawn is not mowed, if it was a winter, where there's no mowing of the lawn, there'll be no work from you. You just sit home and cross your feet. She should clean, and she should cook, and she should take care of the 4-year-old. That's quite bad. No sympathy in that. Like, it makes no freaking sense. It makes no sense at all. Anyway, let's jump into your comments. Silly Stallion says he wants a housewife, but he can't afford one. Exactly. Why would I say I can't afford one? Because literally, this lady is coming to you and she's telling you like, oh, no. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to drop it. I'm going to let me lower my number of hours. And when I lower my number of hours, I can do all of these things. And you're like, hell no. That's going to reduce the money that's coming in. That's a mad man. That's mad. Anyway, Soul Lover says, so funny how traditional men still think women should go 50-50 on bills. If he wants a real traditional wife or traditional girlfriend, then tell him you will quit so he can be the breadwinner and take care and provide for you. Actually, skip that. Just leave him if you can. It won't get better. Why I think this will get better is because, like, it begins by telling us these man's the cringe. What's happening is the fact that he's listening and he has started watching some videos online which he wasn't watching in the beginning, and it is shaping and changing him into something he normally was not. So it's possible that this guy can change if he stops indoctrinating himself with that concept. So this is something which I think at the end of the day, if you're have a whole conversation with this person and it seems like you found a conversation with him but he's not willing to change, you need to look for somebody who is very influential to him. Probably it's a friend, or probably you guys are going for counseling, probably it's a parent, but somebody whom you can explain your situation to him and explain what you think the source of this problem on his side is, and then that person should have that conversation with him. And let's just see if he can eventually be empathetic towards that, be more understanding towards that, and then make these necessary changes. Because at the end of the day, the only person who I see being wrong here is this guy. And this guy needs to change his perspective. And any other person who is out there, as much as possible, look at the lady you're with as a partner. Just imagine if you were renting out a house with someone else. I don't think any of them, especially if you come in, you have a room in an apartment which you guys are renting. All of these expectations will never ever come in, because you will understand that you both are putting in your activities, doing whatever you have to do. You and your roommate are doing whatever you have to do to make sure that you're cohabitating life can be as smooth as possible. Why not carry that same mentality and then go into marriage? Like, if the dishes are not done and he's tired, do the dishes. What's there? Like, there's no need. Yes, there should be some specific things which we know each rule or each party or gender is playing in the relationship. But I feel as much as possible, being adaptable is a very necessary skill which is needed even in terms of relationships. You should be able to adopt and adapt to different things and to as the situations come up. And sometimes you might be if you lose your job, for example, and this lady still has her job, we will expect her to be adaptable in terms of, oh, if this man was even the provider then, now he has lost his job, okay, let me step out and provide. Let me not get up. Would you expect her to get up and be like, oh no, as the woman, I'm not the provider, so no, I'm not going to provide anything, I'm going to save my money and wait for you to get another job? It's not being adaptable. That's not being a helper. That's not cohabitating together in a partnership together. The same kind of a thing. If she loses her job, you are stepping up to eventually do what you have to do, carry the family along. It's the same thing. She's tired, she's pregnant, and all of that. If she can't do certain tasks, when you're done from work, you come, though you as well are tired, you eventually do them. And some things which, if both of you are tired and it cannot be done now, do not force any of those parties to do it now. Wait until maybe the weekend and you guys do these things. There's a statement that life is so simple, but we just choose to complicate it. And I think that's what is happening here. But anyway, big ups, man. You guys drop your comments. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section. All right, till next time.